Hello! Mario Maker. This level only has like a dozen shell jumps and then a door entry, and I've missed the door entry twice. So just a heads up on that. Other than that, it's basically just like platforming. Like jump. I don't think I've died on the platforming stuff at all, because all of it is very free. I'm just dying on shell jumps because shell jumps. Yes, we are still on the 4s. Let me refresh my Team Fantastic page here. There are a set of 4 4s that we have to do. That is it. Whoops, that was dumb. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, Hudson. We are well into the point where it's going to take an hour plus per level. Which is nearing the end of when it's fun, and I'm just doing it for, you know, for bragging rights, and not for fun anymore. Hate that jump, and I hate this jump. Okay, that one's fine. This one you do a little snake around there. It's pretty cool. Then a surf. Then a shell jump again. Then a drop into one of those drop setups. You guys know the ones. So, Dabble Worlds update. I'm getting to the point. I love shell jumps. Yeah, exactly. I'm getting to the point in the Dabble Worlds coding stuff where it's like some of the main stuff I'm doing is not even like features, like level elements, which feels less cool to me. It's like I feel like every update should have a lot of new course elements to add to levels. Things like, level pagination on the browse menu. That doesn't really, for me, generate a lot of excitement. You know what? I was actually looking into a new music tool. Not that beatbox is bad or anything, but like using the same instruments over and over, you don't get a lot of cool stuff. So one that I ran into was I don't even remember the pronunciation of it, but it's the one that the guy who did VVVVVV did. VVVVVV. Like, I think he made his own music tool for his game. UI stuff can be important. Yeah. It's like, if you're going to try and pull in new users, you got to make sure that the UI and the tooling is up to snuff. Like, I focused that a lot back in 1.3 for Dabble Worlds, because before that you could only see all levels by most recent, nothing else. And you could only see 3 levels at a time on that display. So that's a big one. You know what? I probably should like. Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. Touchscreen stuff. It's like GarageBand, I think, is cool because, like, for one thing, like much better voicing than most of these sequencers where it's like very MIDI sounds, which is fine, you know? It's like, all right, that's fine. But like, I don't know. Pan Builder Garage, that's the one. I think GarageBand is the one that Wario uses for a lot of some of the stuff he posts in Discord. Not the stuff like, the Dabble World stuff was still Beatbox that he did. You could go back in that practice door. I don't know why you would want to, but you could. Oh, Mad Tracker. I think it was okay. That's neat. It was. I'm pretty sure it was the same guy. The name was very familiar. I may be confusing him with someone else. It was Bosca. What was it? Oh, okay. Then no. Okay. What am I associating this guy with then? The name is Bosca Ceoil. Ceoil. Bosca Ceoil. Okay, it's by who is it by? Terry Kavanagh. Oh, Terry Kavanagh. He did a lot of stuff. Wait, no, he did BBBBBBB. Okay. Hey, Maps. Yep, still doing the Team Fantastic levels. So in Mario Maker as a game is great for building levels, but its curation system sucks. Like, really, you have a few tabs you can look for and search through, like, oh, these are the popular levels and the new levels and the hot levels, which it's never been made entirely clear what that means. But if you're looking for levels of a specific... Yes? What? Oh, yes. I've been holding hostage Hovercat's book because she does not have the willpower to not read it. Otherwise, but like if you want to play a level with a lot of shell jumps or a lot of not shell jumps, it's hard to find levels of a specific genre, and you can't like make playlists in the game. So there are these external lists managed by these groups called maker teams. They're just self-organized groups. They're not official in any way. Oh, hang on. We gotta run. Okay, so we do a little precision platforming here. Ooh, did not think I was making that. Oh, I stole the shell from him. Yes, that's what it is. No, so maker teams are groups of people who want to play a specific type of level, and so they create or they manage a list of levels that fit that category. And then people like vote on the difficulty of those levels, so that if you say like, hey, I want to play a level with a lot of shell jumps but not too difficult, it makes it easier to find exactly what you're looking for. So these maker teams are things like Team Shell is perhaps the most famous one. Apparently not the first one, but the most famous one with the highest number of levels. It like tens of thousands of levels. At least, right? I don't know exactly how many they've got. Popples or Hudson might have a clue. So Team Fantastic is it's a very poorly defined team, in my opinion. It's just levels that might have some shell jumps. I guess it's a really... There's two really popular teams. There's Team Shell, which is levels that are just like complex shell jump setups and stuff. And then there's Team Jamp, which is specifically Kaizo levels that have absolutely no shell jumps. Team Fantastic, I feel like, is somewhere in the middle, where it's levels that have a lot of non-shell jump stuff and some shell jump stuff as well. So it's kind of it's a very miscellaneous category. It's one of the smaller teams. It only has whatever number of levels it says in my title, 900 and something, almost 1,000 levels. But yeah, that's the one that I made the website for, and so I like their levels. Else I probably wouldn't have made a website for them. Yeah, Team Jamp is good too. As far as the Fantastic tag for it, it was started by a guy who goes by Glentastic. he is no longer part of Team Fantastic because he was caught plagiarizing levels. That was its own bit of drama. And so the name has stuck, though. So it is still officially Team Fantastic. So it's a very sort of it's a team with a bit of an identity crisis. It has no idea what it wants to be. I knew it, Al. Do you think Dabble Worlds will ever have a problem with level plagiarization? Like, I hope I never have to deal with any kind of moderation stuff in Dabble Worlds, but if it ever gets big enough, that will become an issue. I've never had to remove a level because of, like it's got, you know, big, terrible words spelled out in it or something. You will plagiarize everything. Tried to make a website. What kind of tooling did you use? Like, was that with one of those website builders, like one of those WYSIWYG editors, or from scratch with HTML or something? Oh, spot the difference. Beautiful. You know what? I get you. You know what I was thinking of? You'll never guess. I was thinking, can I add an option to make Casio water a thing? Can I just have a Casio water toggle? I ruined the life. Pressure swim. Like, I think it's a pretty cool concept, but you can't really do it in Dabble Worlds. And just adding a toggle, I don't think would be a good idea because I want all the toggles to be kind of, what's the word? I think the word I'm looking for is orthographic, which is a terrible word because it requires so much explanation. It says exactly what I want it to, but I have to, yeah, swim detector. See, now we're talking. See, that would be a good solution for it, is something that can actually respond when you swim, but not when you jump from the ground. Because adding a Casio water toggle would be fine and all, but then it's like, well, what happens if you're in a level without swimming turned on? Then it's like, orthographic or Casio water? Because I can explain them both. No children really struggle with programming, though. Don't know why. Always have. Took a programming course in high school. Extremely simple text-based game. I mean, that's where they all start. It's like you start with something very simple, with just like, if someone types in 1, display this text. If they type in 2, display this text. And then you just expand from there. It's like, well, what if I, is there a way I can, store, I don't know. Yeah, more advanced than Hello World, but that's it. You just go through these steps of like a little bit further, a little bit further. And if you're interested in video games, then making video games is a great way to, I saved that from a surf somehow. Making video games is a great way to turn something you are interested in into a motivator for learning more programming. Because you're like, wait, I want to make a cool game like this. What do I need to learn to do that? On the topic of swim detectors, since I added the robot for 1.7, granted it's not released yet, but it's got me thinking about other things that could be controlled by player input. because that opens up a lot of cool puzzle options. I think JavaScript is pretty good as a learning language because it's very portable and easy to share with people. Like, I basically just have an HTML template that just contains an empty block of JavaScript anytime I want to just do some basic throwaway project. Oh, it was winches. Winches that you could wind up or wind down with up and down, like regardless of whether or not you are currently actually like holding anything related to them. I mean, the game already has wires. Oh, you guys are gonna love. You guys are gonna love this. If you know how annoying it is to work with tracks in Dabble Worlds, like having to place each curve piece manually. Well, no more. 1.7 will feature a new track pin tool. Allowing you to just draw lines, and then the tracks will just appear in the shapes that you want. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can land it. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, that one is tough because it throws off my timing. Conveyor that generates power when you run on it. I was saying the other day, Popples, Dabble Worlds already has note blocks, like music notes for music levels built into the code. They just don't work very well. And so I took them out before release. That was before 1.0 even. They are still in the code, waiting to just be fixed up. The big thing was I didn't want to have like 25 different files, each consisting of just a single note of music. That's terrible. I don't want to do that. Especially because that would be per instrument, and if I want to have multiple different instruments, I would need to do 25 files per instrument, and that's a nightmare. So my idea was like, okay, just combine all of the notes for one instrument in a single file, same place. Do I like free open source software in general? I mean, like, OBS, Audacity, DaVinci. Wait, is DaVinci open source or just free? I think it's just free. But yeah, there's some great tools out there that are free and open source. I can't think of anyone who's like, no, ew, I hate free software. 125 notes per instrument. Why not use only one and have the program adjust the pitch? Ah, excellent question. Good question. Because JavaScript is terribly ill-equipped for that kind of task. And Dabble Worlds runs entirely in the browser, so it's just using JavaScript. So it is not impossible, I don't think, to do that within the browser, but horribly inefficient. Now, one thing you can do, you can generate sound files as needed in JavaScript using the browser's HTML audio API. JavaScript can't generate. It's true. Now I learned a cool way that you can do it, but you're actually generating the like waveform. So like you're using that, you're like generating a sine tone or something. So you can do it with very simple beeps. That's how some sound effects in, what did I do that for? Wheel of Dobbs, I think. No, that doesn't make any sense. The Wheel of Levels, I think. That kind of thing. Welcome back, Hudson. If you're feeling energized, watch me fail at this level a lot. We've gotten to the door twice on stream. What did I use that audio stuff for? Like, I remember like setting up a system to like play specific notes with different durations so I could call it very easily, but I don't remember what I ended up using it for. Add, position, high, silence. That's gonna bug me, like trying to figure out what in the world I was using that for. Because I learned a lot about how that works. Because that's a pretty cool system to use for some purposes. Oh, dang it, didn't hold right enough. Manipulate. Sine waves are easily calculable. The problem with creating a sine wave using something like a slider on a slide whistle, just read it up, because then all of your notes sound like a sine wave, which is this very fluty, almost a very fluty note, a very fake sounding note. But yeah, basically it's just because it doesn't sound very good. A simple sine wave is like, it sounds like I don't know, Game Boy Ocarina. If you ever played Link's Awakening. So what I want, hey short, is that a problem? Yes, because I want to have multiple different instruments that sound like actual instruments. Like this one sounds like a piano, this one sounds like a guitar, this one sounds like a drum kit, this one sounds like a steel drum, this one sounds like an accordion. That kind of thing. This one sounds like a full orchestra playing a single note. So yeah, that's why I want to have like actual good sounding instruments, is just because I want the game to sound good. Oh, that was too early. We almost had a run there. This is the run. Hudson, I don't want to tell you your business, but it was not the run. I'm getting the muscle memory down for a lot of these, though. We got bopped. Yeah, you could totally go in that door. That's the first practice door, so it would not help you in any way, because you still got to get the red coins. Offline version not written in JavaScript. Yeah, that's the problem there, is you have to maintain 2 code bases and maintain parity. And then whenever there's a bug, you have to figure out like, oh crap, which version is it in? Does this affect both versions? Now I need to test both. Oh, no thanks. I think my solution is easier, which is just have a cleaner way to play different notes. Ooh, save that one off the surf again. Parity, as in like features in one version have to also be made for the other version, or else you do not have equality between versions. You do not have the same stuff available in both. I commonly see that that word thrown around in talks about the different versions of Minecraft, Bedrock versus Java. There are slightly different features in some case, and so the two versions are said to not have parity. All right, we got the surf, which should put us into run territory. Nope. Called it before I killed myself. Dabble Worlds Bedrock Edition. Yeah, different textures, different actual like behavior of some things. Like if you're building a large farm, you have to deal with the question of like, is this going to work in my version of Minecraft or not? Like it worked for this guy who's running the latest version of Minecraft, but is he on the console or is he on Java? Mod tools. Honestly, building a new enemy is not that bad. But that said, it has to go through a bit of work to make it actually usable, because I like have to add it to the Grandmaster sprite list and everything, and then to the editor. Yeah, basically it all comes down to moderation stuff. Like, I wouldn't want anything going into the game without me, like, looking over it and confirming, yep, this works, this won't have any major performance impacts. Because some things don't seem like they would be expensive to do, but could be in some cases. And I figure that's kind of why Nintendo put a lot of hard limits on number of items you could have in Mario Maker 2 for some levels. It's like, oh, this you can only have 100 enemies. And it's like, you know what? I get it. A run. We're in. We're in deep. And again, flubbing the shell jump, throwing it too early. Louis. Classic Hudson. You know what I haven't heard about in a long time? That other Mario Maker clone. Mario Multiverse, I think it was. Like, I've heard nothing about it in months. Did they get shut down? Like, I figure I would hear if they got shut down. The fact that I've heard nothing is weirder to me than hearing nothing. Turtle. 28 months. That is almost a year. Incredible. Don't even know what that is. It's a...
Look how good Dobbs is doing.
I was wondering.
Oh, here comes an update.
I was wondering what was going on with that. That was very delayed. It was a Mario Maker clone. Although it was built from the ground up, it was still using Mario graphics, which is like, okay, that's a like the physics are not Mario. They're quite a bit different. It's definitely not Maker physics. It's definitely not SMW physics. It looks like it's something totally custom. That said, it uses Mario graphics. So it's like almost certainly going to get shut down. One thing is they did allow you to do custom graphics. And basically it just warns you when the level starts. Like, hey, just a heads up, if you're about to play a level that allows for custom content, they can do some nasty trolls with that, because you can basically just make tiles that look solid but you just fall through, that kind of stuff. Nintendo probably no likey. The other thing was every level allowed you to select which moves Mario had, like whether or not he could wall jump, whether or not he could spin jump. So it was not tied to graphical version. Some people would be gross. I imagine it requires some heavy moderation to allow for that kind of thing. Oh man, what am I? I'm always missing that one. 13, Turtle. 13. And if we're lucky tonight, we'll be down to 12. Yeah, count it down, Celestile. 13! 3 hours later. 13! Oh, something we were talking about in the Discord tonight, related to Dabble Worlds and tracks, is the concept of allowing makers to put items directly on tracks without motors. It's like 14. Yeah. Now, my thought was that would make it easier for people coming from Mario Maker to deal with tracks. But I understand why people would not want that. How would they behave on a track? So under the hood, what I would do is when the level loads, if I detect that there's an item that is starting on a track, I would spawn in basically an invisible motor and attach it to that item so that it would just be, it would still be on a motor behaving like regular, but hello? Hello, raiders? I hear a raid coming in. Welcome. Allie! Prat chat, prat chat. How are the dinosaurs tonight? I heard that there was something going on that Day was making you do, but I didn't figure out what it was. Allie? 6 months? That's almost a year. TTS is being slow. It's gonna say wow in a minute. It'll read your message. Oh, it was the first. Pratters, chatters, and all-star batters. Welcome in to Dobbsworks. Tune in, throw up your feet, and unwind as we throw ourselves into this exact same spike for the rest of the night.
Wow.
I know, right? Swing bada bada. Pratters, chatters, and hover catters. Oh, I'm getting worse. Well, I hope all the dinosaurs were good in the first one. Did the second one add better dinosaurs? That makes sense. That's what I would do if I was making a sequel. And after the game's been out, I bet they had a much better idea of what would make the game better, that they couldn't go back and undo. Dabble Worlds 2, coming soon. Yes, eat, drink, be merry. Rest after a long stream. Save your game. Respec. I keep dropping that one too early. I promise you, in your absence, we will not fill your house with boats again. So yeah, that was my idea with the tracks. Is just like basically they'll act like a motor does, in that it just follows the track, but with a zero length line and no visible motor. Short. Short's always the one kind of just trickling in after the crowd has calmed down. It's great. I like to see it. It's like in every raid. It's like, and then Short was there too. Oh man, it was heartbreaking on that level I saw you puzzling through. When it's like you had everything figured out, and it was just like this weird execution thing that had to be taken care of to actually get the clear. Why am I a programmer? I mean, I'd say it boils down to that's what I like to do. It's like that's why I got into programming in the first place. I mean, I also do it for money. Definitely. It certainly pays the bills. But the work I do at work is boring and soul training. Whereas at home, I get to make funny little pigs run around and get stepped on. Oh, I did not think I was landing that one. Okay, this part is usually pretty smooth. It's just a matter of, can we land these weird little jumps here? And then can we land this one? Oh, all right. All right, what's the nigh? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, no. Okay, I can do that. Full jump. Ooh. Ooh, that's nasty. You guys saw that. I was in the gold tape. I was in the gold tape. How you two? Oh. I was also in the spike. What? 13. Ooh, I don't know if you need to hit the tape. I don't think so. I think with a good enough jump, you can just make that. I probably played the jump a little bit too safe on the left side, but I exchanged a little bit of distance for that. But now that we know what we're doing, now that we're in the flow, maybe now we can show them what we know. Ooh. Ooh, tracks that speed you up. That is actually pretty easy to do, weirdly enough. That's actually genuinely easy to add. Yeah. I think. Pretty sure that is pretty easy to add. Sometimes it's surprising what things are hard and what things are easy in programming. And it usually depends a lot on what you're building upon. But the code that I have already supports a kind of a speed ratio variable that it calculates for a motor that's moving. It's based on a lot of different things, like what type of motor you have, but also certain types of motors move at different speeds based on what they're carrying. For instance, some types of platforms, like weighted platforms or splatforms also, they change their speed based on how the platform is interacted with. So you could actually reuse that same system to say, hey, whenever I'm on a track, check to see... that was too early. Big quest. Whenever you're on a track, check to see if that track possesses a speed modifier. The hit website. It's a hit. But then, yeah, you could have a track that changed its speed based on, yeah, what type of track it is. I would ideally like it to be like an acceleration into that speed boost or something, instead of immediately speeding up as soon as it hits the track change. But yeah, I think that's totally doable. I'm gonna forget probably unless I write it down soon. Maybe I'll write it down as soon as I beat this level. That was too early. Whoops. It was him all along. Get him. Get him out of here. Don't give him his jacket. Get him out of here. But with enough brakes. Wait, is that for tracks? I was thinking it would slow it down to a specific ratio. Hey, ref. Quick heads up, I'm not good at shell jumps. Case in point. Let's see, so potentially stop it with enough brakes. Still stick to kind of slow, normal, and fast settings, or be able to overclock the speed. I think it would kind of multiply. So like if a fast motor goes double the speed and then slow tracks halves the speed, then it would just go as fast as a normal one. And then maybe like fast tracks, that's not gonna land. Yeah, okay, had to check. Okay. All right, there's practice door 1. Oh, too late on the throw. 240. Who would do that? Just stay up late. Do-boo. Being able to linger after leaving that spot. Oh, a lingering speed change that gets applied to the motor. How lingering? Like, I was thinking it'd just be like for the duration of while you're on that type of track. That time too late. Oh, what you call it? Speedwagon? Speedwagon was fun. I spent way too long grinding it. Bail out. Yeah, Speedwagon took me. It was a few days of working through it. But I got it in the end. And then I cleared out the TF catalog. Yeah, it's scrap. It says boot level, and it's really good. But wouldn't you know it, they just added more levels. The nerve. Thanks for the follow. It's an anonymous follow, but I think we can guess. I'd like to beat at least one level tonight. My plan was 2. It's the worst shell drop. Wait, are you talking about the Nye? The shell drop does kind of suck. I mean, I just suck at shell drops in general, but... No way, Germ. Can't just be throwing accusations about who followed. Come on. Maybe it was my longtime loyal viewer, Commander Root. That looks okay. All right, we gotta run. As long as I don't screw up this ending or the Nye. Okay. All right, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna look at the clear video. I want to make sure I know how he did it. I want to see this happen. All right, show me the ending. Show me the ending. All right, so he opens the door. 1. Oh, and then he just goes for it. Okay, so he did not need to hit the tape. You just make a good jump. I mean, hitting the tape is definitely better. Hitting the tape is oh, yes. Hold that thought, everybody. I'm gonna go get a lamp. I love lamp. This stupid chomp. All right. Are you serious? How did I fail that one again? What the crap? No, but honestly, how did I? No! Yeah, I deserve that. That's 2 Nyes. That's not even a Nye. That's just 1 jump. Now hold that thought though, because like, so far, every time we've made, okay, never mind. Should I just remake that real quick, just to practice it a few times? Because you can't actually practice the Nye from the practice door, for reasons that should be pretty obvious. I'm not against remaking the Nye. Ooh, that was a close one. Hold on. Once we get past that double, we're in pretty good shape for a bit, because that drop is basically automatic. Did not think I was landing that. Okay. It stopped my momentum in the middle of the jump. I doubt it. Okay. That looks good. Yeah. I just get worried about that spike at the bottom. That's all it was. That spike was freaking me out. I promise, that's all it was. Jeez. All right, now you can count it down. There's a cool, this guy made 2 of this level. It's the exact same level, but it's just platforming, and you do it in reverse. And he adds some, like, platforms through it. I thought that was a cool idea. All right. Ooh, jeez. 12! 8.5. All right, same guy. Another 4. I think I looked at the, oh, yeah. Ooh, no, 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 no. All right, hold on. We're gonna watch the clear video together, guys. You know what? That's a good question. All right, let's see here. Left desktop. All right, so here's what I know. It's cut off a little bit on the edges. Don't worry about it. You're not missing anything too important. Okay, so here's what this level is. All right, we gotta study this. Okay, bop, bop, bop. Easy. That's not bad. That's not bad. 1, 2, 3. Throw. Twirl. Z. Up. It's just memorization. In my opinion, a lot of these levels are just memorization. It's nothing super difficult. It's just I do not have the ability to think that quickly in advance. Like that part, I would definitely be like doing the wrong thing, just because I get confused with all the indicators. Yeah, exactly. There's so many arrows here. Ew, ew, ew. No, don't do that. Don't do that. All right. So there you go. That's what we're doing. Where's my Y? We're doing things for the last 3 seconds, so have some donuts. All right. Let's just see what we can do without looking at that again. That subworld with like the twist around with the arrows, I know I'm gonna get mixed up by that. All right, here we go. And we're dead. Cool. All right, calling it a night. Classy. Wow, I did it again. How does that keep happening? Maybe if I stop jumping there. There we go. Look at that. We're doing it. We're doing it. Whoa. I do have access to the pending ones. However, I haven't done that for a while. I've been shirking on my responsibilities. No, you can't just call a what like that. Come on. Where's my triple jump? I've gotten bitten a lot of times by clearing pending levels, and then, you know, they do not get approved. Oh, okay. So if I throw that at just the right time, I don't even have to worry about that. That's good, at least. Well, you know what? That was just fat fingering. I take all responsibility for that. Oh wait, I gotta update my my title here in just a little bit. Okay, now I can do it. Go ahead and get that updated. 371. The thing I hate about these long speedrun levels is that you cannot react in time for all these setups. If only, Germ. If only I programmed my bot to be a good bot. Like, it's basically memorization. Maybe if I hold jump there? Unmute. I mean, you made me look, so props. Okay, progress. You should be telling Dupu to go to bed, too. And Pixel, wherever he is. And Theron. And, I don't know, I can't think of anyone else who needs to go to bed. Oh, he's here! Theron, go to bed! No, I'm kidding. Theron is prepared to live with the consequences of his sleep schedule. Alright, good, good, good. Progress. We're making progress. Turtle needs to go to bed. Why don't you tell him to go to bed? That's not how I wanted that to go down. Go, go. Go, go, go. And you just know that, like, the setups at the end, even if they're little baby easy setups, I'm going to be super nervous by the time we get down to, like, 10 seconds left on the clock, knowing that, like, oh crap, I can't blow a run at this late in the stage. Oh, yeah, you're screwed then. I think I'm throwing too late, so it's bouncing up higher than usual. I tried holding run from that triple jump, or holding jump from the triple jump, to see if I could be a little bit floatier on the way down. It was a bad idea because I just fat fingered it, trying to throw the spring after that. Later twirl. I have no excuse. It's like I'm either hitting the bomb too far to the left, or I'm hitting the spiny too far to the right, or I guess missing the bomb on the left, missing the spiny on the right. I didn't think I was gonna land on that one way. I gave up too easily. It's just 50 seconds. How bad could it be? Oh, okay. That was better. All right, hang on. How does he do this one? How did he do that one? Okay. Throw, yep. Okay, so bop, bop. There is a ground pound cancel, and he does do a drag there. You could probably land that a lot earlier without that, right? Yeah, he lets that bomb bounce. It goes up, 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 and then he catches it. That's quite a bit of extra bouncing. It feels like you could save a cycle on that. You're absolutely right, Al. Stop and smell the fire flowers, as they say. Bounce. Bounce. I caught it accidentally. Oh, that you could totally catch that early. And then that buys you like a good like half a second or so for other slowdowns. I'm wondering if I should just train myself to do it quick. Like that. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, I think I just got robbed. I missed. I hit the... It slid up against the side of the muncher, didn't it? I do believe it did. Token economy in shambles. The economy was in remiss. They'd never seen a recession quite like this. Aw, where's my triple? But that's the thing, it's like, if the whole point is to not be super tight on the timer, why are there donuts at the end? Why even have donuts? Oh, all right, I do have to pull back. Donuts for Dabble. We have a donut-ish item already in the form of bubbles, the bubble blocks. Oh, that time I was too low on it. Crud. Verwalters was pretty fun. Actually, it wasn't even that hard except for I kept screwing up the shell jump. But the subworld was great. De-cheesing. Oh, to make sure you don't go slow? Yeah, basically, in Mario Maker, you cannot change the time limit to, like, anything except something divisible by 10. So you're stuck that way. You're stuck at a 50-second timer. Oh, I caught it. It's true, Dabble World's best game. Buy now. $0. There we go. Oh, okay. Now I'm into blind territory. Hey, we're at 5 red coins. That means we're halfway through, right? Dang it. All right, hold on. I gotta see what comes up next. Okay, so you hit that, then triple jump, Z almost immediately, not quite, to bounce, throw at the peak of the jump. So you're grabbing a snowball, Z, throw high, twirl, and it should just line up. Then you throw, and Z into the pipe. Ooh. All right, anybody recognize the game? This was the same track we were listening to, I think, last stream, too. What can I say? I like things to be the same every time. Okay, that requires some learning. It is not the Incredible Machine. I just want to give those snowballs a big hug, Turtle. With my face. This is clearly Barbie Team Gymnastics. Paper Dabble. I wish I could write music like this. Actually, I've been coming up with lots of good ideas for, like, different areas that are fun and whimsically appropriate for, like, a fantasy-ish N64 game for kids. I need to throw earlier, I think. Reverse. Backwards pirouette. Backwards pirouette. Yeah, like, I want it... You know what? I want it to be, like, really, like, going head-on into this is basically what all of those kind of adventure RPG games were like in the very late 90s. You gotta have a volcano world. I mean, a little bit different here and there. Oh, that was it. And then we got a practice door to that part. I want to get in the pipe, though. I want to actually be able to get in the pipe. And then we'll practice Subworld for a while. Like, now that I'm learning all the little ins and outs here, like, that's a huge speed up right there. Cool Z. Cool Z, bro. But yeah, I'm not shying away from being, like, having the very generic RPG locations. Whoops. Missed my coin. That's probably why I've got my Z screwed up, is because I was too late there. Yeah, a love letter. A self-aware love letter. Is love letter like a genre nowadays? Because it feels like it is. An homage. Ah, that one is tricky to land. Yeah, there you go. It writes itself. Oh, I need to do, wait, 1, 2, 3. Is that a full jump? All right, hang on. Here's where we can try this right here. Okay, yeah, I think we can do it like a full Z right there and get in the pipe. Oops, too early on the Z. Do, do, do. They might be giants. Little Toadette does listen to a lot of They Might Be Giants because they do the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme. Oh, that was weird. I guess I hit that kind of low. All kids love Constantinople. You know what? They didn't bring that back for the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for some reason. There it is. All right, that's how it works. Okay. Oh, okay. Then everything goes terribly wrong. Okay. Aren't you guys talking about Byzantium? All right, so here we go. So we get in the pipe, and then we up, catch it, throw it, catch it, throw it again. So it finally gets killed on the what's-its. All right, hang on. Let me watch this from the pipe section. Okay, so we do catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw. You know what? I should watch this on half speed. All right. Up, Z off of the ice. Down, 1, 2, 3. Actually, this makes it much easier to follow what's going on. Ooh, okay. That should land us right there in time to wall jump over, grab a coin, double ground pound cancel, back through. We'll do a loop around that saw. Z over, jump, and then, okay. Let's stop there. I'm good until we get to the blue skulls. Nobody business but the turts. Ooh, that's a rough one. Ah, right, right. I don't remember if that was good or bad of a movie. I just remember it was a movie. Okay. Whoop. That. 1, 2, 3. Oh, right. Keep flowing through. Keep flowing through there. Istanbul? Hey, why is this even here? Why is this even here? I mean, I get it. I guess I get why that's there. Okay, you know what? We're actually making decent progress on this. I don't remember how much time we're gonna have starting at the pipe. I wasn't watching. But considering that the last like 3 seconds of the level are wait for these donuts to go, I think we're gonna be okay. Oh, I tried to twirl. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the show. I am just working on, on clearing these levels. There is a maker team called Team Fantastic. It has 983 levels, and I have only 12 left to clear in the entire catalog, so making progress, slow but steady. Okay, yes, I realize that I missed that. Ooh, that's a big boy jump. Yeah, I'm hoping to get at least one more clear tonight, maybe 2 if we're lucky. That is a big boy jump there. Also, I did miss a red coin in that run. Gotta figure out what to do differently. There we go. Okay, big boy jump. Okay, stop. What do we do next here? Okay, so it is hop off of that onto the, I do a twirl as I'm going over the saw so that I land and walk off a P-switch, hit an on-off, and I'm going to somehow suddenly have a POW available to me. I need to intercept that POW, throw it, then jump over the spikes. Okay, so this is actually kind of the end of this section. Oh, gee, whoa! You get some speed there. I think I'm saving enough time in the rest of the level, and actually, that ground pound cancel appears to be intended. Whoops. Like, that's a stalling section, as is that. Oops, and that's me failing. I'm still missing that that red coin up top sometimes by just not getting a good enough jump. Need to work on that. And there we go. Nice. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Honestly, this one looked a lot scarier when I was looking at the clear video earlier. But now that I'm playing through it, it's like, it's not that bad. Okay, that one I just have to kind of trust. Okay, big jumps here. Oh! Yep. I need to actually kind of wait there for a bit. I doubt that's going to make a difference, but I get it. Because we're already saving like half a second earlier in the level. So I think we can spoil ourselves with a twirl or two. Waiting. visually, it's an impressive level. Like, it sure looks cool seeing me do it. It's... a lot of the stuff looks harder than it is. Okay, grab the POW. Throw the POW here. Into the pipe. Just like that. Then quick entry. Z over. Notably, if I'm spin jumping, I cannot hit these spikes. So that's, for safety reasons, let's remember, just spin jump and we're good. All right, let's do that practice again. Just so we're pretty confident in our abilities. Just a wait. Yeah, here you actually have a lot of time. But you gotta get that POW. Oh, that's something. You need to hit. You need to make sure to hit the POW, or hit the top muncher, or else it's not gonna work. Yeah, we're getting close to that win here. Well, did I get... Oh, yeah, I just... it's because it's night snow. It's like, why am I not getting through here? Why am I sliding away? That would be heartbreaking. We got to get all the failures out early, you know? Find all the parts where we're kind of getting lucky without realizing it. Ah. The first half is the difficult part. Yeah. You get it. It also seems to be the longer part as well. But the moves of like throwing the POW, that it feels really good, honestly. That would be awful if that happens. I need to get that pipe entry practice one more time before I feel like we've got it. But yeah, I really feel like these levels are so much memorization. Ugh. That's slippery. It's slippery. I'm not ready for that. I mean, honestly, I'd rather be failing it now than after getting a full, complete run of the main world. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not how you do that. Catching that POW is kind of hard. Go. Ooh, and then you get some serious momentum off of that platform. Okay, and then it's not slick when you get back to the main world. All right. Let's try it. Let's say we have a 1 in 25 success rate with the subworld. Then then on average, we just have to get there 4 times for a clear. Question. I'm a dupster. No! Perfect. Perfect. Up. Up. Oh, that bomb just jumps into my hands. Just teleports right in. You actually have a pretty wide window for that second jump. I don't see how you possibly think that's gonna get me. Didn't get in that window. Like, you can actually run on that first blue platform for a good few frames without losing your triple jump. Ah, I didn't get my Z. Okay. Ah, nope. Bad throw. Gotta throw that spring as soon as we get it. Yeah, that snowball throw was too late. I felt it in my bones. Hey, all right. Here's our first go. It's been a while since I've been to the subworld. What could go wrong? "15 seconds left." Dang it. All right. Timer is fine. Like, looking at how much time we've got left, we are in great shape. Yeah, grabbing that POW, like I said, it is not trivial. But honestly, I feel really good about that run because I had no problems in the subworld. Everything was very smooth. Among Us. I can't believe you somehow shoehorned Among Us into my track demo picture. And I really wish I had actually intended that. I don't know exactly how that happened. Apparently, I jumped for some reason. I would never do that. Come on. That pipe entry is so cool. Like, it's fairly free, surprisingly automatic from what I found, which means I'm gonna psych myself up and not get it next time. I mean, not that there's going to be a next time. We're obviously not going to play this level anymore after this run. What is happening there? How am I not getting across that gap? Like, that's twice that's happened, and that has not happened in any of our Subworld practice runs. So cool. So cool. Do, 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 do. Oh, okay. Ooh, I was really worried about that spike. Okay, I think we're in there. Wait, where's the last red coin? Am I missing a red coin? How did I... Where was it? Which one did I miss? Did you guys see it? I really like... I'm excited. It was the last one. Oh, the one with the blue skulls. You got to do kind of like a high-ish jump to get it, I guess. I'm visualizing. Got that one. 2 more. That one up there. Okay. Oh, I was there. I did an extra twirl because I wasn't getting over those spikes. All right. We're basically there now. No, we got it. At this point, like, honestly, I feel much better about this one than the last level. Both of them are long levels, and this one's actually much more dense with tricks, but there's no shell jumps. So I'm much more consistent overall with this stuff. Like, I feel like Hudson would have beat that other level way faster, but this one he'd beat way slower. That's my hot take. I hit that spike. I do. You gotta work on your platforming meta. You won't make it to regionals in your current state. Come on. You know, Mario regionals. ID for this one is right here. No problem. Ooh, I don't know exactly why that happened that way. Dabble Worlds Level Making Championship. Yeah, I'm thinking if we do like a level contest for 1.7, it'll be basically just use the new items, or maybe a specific one of the new items. I even got the 200 points off that. Come on. That was dumb. I didn't need to do it that quick. All right, in there. Oh, okay. I'll take it. That was very scuffed, as the kids say. Okay. All right. Plenty of leeway there. Got 2 keys with me. Just don't screw up that. All right, we got 3. We got 3 donuts. It's that easy. .3 seconds slower than world record. All right, that one did not take nearly as long. That one took us about 42 minutes. Not a problem. I think this one has shells in it because it's a dolphin level. .11. That's right. I do need to update my my title. All right, this one is a 4.0. It does have a clear video. You know, full jumps, especially for bomb parts. I don't like the fact that there's bomb parts. What's going on with that? All right, hold on now. Let's get a clear video up here so we can take a look at this together. We'll watch it together as a team. Wait, start over. I missed it. Okay, spin jump. Up. Okay. Yep. Okay. I think this is mostly memorization stuff again. It's like, all right, yeah, that's fine. Okay, always gotta have the spiny surf. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Surf. 1 actual shell jump. 1 surf. Oh, and then a double nigh. Okay. And then is that it? Is that the level? There's nothing else. Yeah, then that's it. Okay. Well. Holy ravioli. Always it's a me, never how's a me. It's always wahoo, never why-hoo. All right. I didn't catch any of that, now that I think about it. Okay, right there in the middle. Wahoo am I? Ooh, that actually kind of feels a little weird. There we go. Down here, up here. Oops, not there. That goes to the left. We're just going to be bumping our way through this for a bit when we kind of get our muscle memory for it. Oh, to the left, to the left. Bonk it to the left, then to the right. Oh, wait, hang on. What do we do there? What is that one? Bonk to the left, bonk to the right, bonk shell left, off of shell to bump the bomb over to the seesaw, and then land on the thwomp. Okay. I just gotta take this in pieces. No one's been able to guess what it's from. I will reveal. It is SimCity 3000. Ooh, all right. So that's a thing that can happen. So there you go. You thought wrong. You like jazz? Ooh, okay. Bomb went to the wrong side. Ooh, and that... You remember SimCity 3000? It was good! I think. I don't really remember. It was years ago. Ooh, okay. Okay. Oh! That's pretty good. That puts us in 15 seconds on a 41-second level. We have nothing left to give you. Bring this into the world. Make it so. That is weird how that happens. Okay, here, and then here, and then here, and then drop it. Oh, look at that. We got it. Okay. Here, here, here. Okay, and then we're following it. Land here. That I do not get how to do exactly. We're gonna figure that out soon. Oh, that's a thing that can happen too. Yeah, haven't you... Come on. Al, it's as if you've never seen the entire B movie, but every time they say B, it gets faster. Pinnacle of culture. Okay, that's actually not bad. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, hang on. That's a little bit controlled. What do I need to do there to make that line up? Okay, so he bops, bops, bops. He does bop, bop. 1, 2, 3, just like I did. Okay, just hold right. Big jump, min jump, big jump with Yoshi. Hey, nice, Hudson. Oh, Hudson's intentionally gonna beat it in less than 42 minutes. Just to prove a point. You know what? That's fair, honestly. I called you out for your platforming because it makes me feel better about my my lesser shell skills. It's like, well, at least I'm good at platforming, but I don't even have that now. Whoops. All right, pretend that didn't happen. Okay, so then bop, and then min. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. All right, now I need to know what happens next. Okay, so we get our Yoshi. Big bomb. Bomb on off. Oh, catch bomb, bop shell. Catch bomb, bop shell. That's right, catch bomb, bop shell. Wait, sorry. Thick bees? What is... Did I lose control of my chat? Casual 6.0 race. Whatever. No big. Oh, that is weird that happens. I'm in total control. Yeah, okay, good. That's what I thought. It felt like I was in control. Oh. I don't really like bees. They're coarse and irritating and they get everywhere. I was taking little Toadette outside in the front yard the other day. She was looking at all the flowers on the tree. And I was like, I'll shake the tree to make some petals fall down because that'll be a magical moment for her. And then a bunch of bees started buzzing after I did that. And I was like, hey, let's go play somewhere else for a little bit. So anyway, that's my bee story. One, two, three. One min max. Oh, catch bomb, bop. That's all right. So that's at this part right here. So I think practice door will work. Yeah. Bop, bop, bop. Oh yeah, that's perfect. This is exactly where I need it. All right, so we're at the practice door now. Okay, so it is. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, okay. That was kind of the right idea. This is a complex move right here. Because of course it is. That's good practice door placement, though. Classic disaster. That didn't work out exactly how I wanted it to. I'm not sure why. Wait. I thought. Okay, bop, bop, bop. Oh, okay. Throw bomb up into that. And then there's a shell jump, because why not? Here's where all the shell jumps start. The dupesters will sink to such lows. That's a cool move. You gotta admit, that's a cool move right there. Bombing the wall. I would never get that without a clear video, though. We might get this one by the end of the night. I'm feeling pretty good about it. It has limited shell jumps. Famous last words. Ooh, that's okay, that one's rough. Oh, look at that. Will the dupesters stop at nothing? Don't you see? You're fighting over nothing. Nothing. All right, this one right here is a little bit rough, but we got it. Okay. Oh, that's the finale right there. Hold on. Okay. Backloading all of the shell tricks. I see how it is. Ooh, okay. Do the bop. So do the bop. Bop, 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 bop. Then throw up. Catch at the red coin. Catch at the red coin. Ooh, that's an ugly double. But okay. And that's it. Once we get that, that's the last trick in the level. And then it's just a matter of putting it all together. Like, that section looks really cool, but it's not too hard. Oh. Close. Was it close? No, not really. It's like I did one more thing right than last time. Ah. Honestly, I can just walk to that part of the level if I want to for practice. There's nothing stopping me from that. Like, I don't have to do all this bomb shenanigan if I don't want to. I'm just doing this to make sure that when the time comes, I can do it correctly. Whoa! Hold on. I pulled it off. I'm gonna need to do that again, though. Because that was like, that was a 1 in 100 right there. I'd like to get that down to like 1 in 5. Okay, all right, you know what? Actually, that kind of works. The throw, you can do that like really late and it still works. So I'm honestly feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, I think this is mostly just a lot of memorization kind of stuff. It's like once you know all the setups, it's not that bad. All right, this part with the Yoshi though. Okay, yeah, cool. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. All right, that is our first time successfully like flowing in from section 1 to section 2. So we've proven that we can do the transition in. Was it the last pipe, Hudson? Because I did find that you have to be holding against it for like a weirdly long amount of time to get entry. That was one of my knives. Oh, whoops. I didn't boop it, I threw it, and that gave it too much speed. That's a thing that can happen, by the way. Okay, good. I feel like this is like the first section, really. Really surprised this is so automatic. What am I doing? That is... all right, brain farted there. That's all that was. I just completely forgot what I was doing on that section. Cost me the run. Luckily, runs are cheap. Okay. There's that one. Ooh, not good. Hudson made the first ever shell surf in Dabble Worlds back in the beta. Fun fact for you. Oh, again, kind of a trendsetter. What a legend. It was like, I made this brand new Maker game for him to try out, and the first thing he goes and does is puts a shell jump in it. Like, cool, thanks, love it. The best. Again, I'm screwing that up. The coin indicators are right there. Who here is in Allie's Discord? I didn't know Allie had her own Discord. I guess that makes sense. Exactly. It was announced today. Ah. Just now. By Bunny. Okay. Coin. 1, 2, 3. Okay, grab bomb. All right, we're into shell jump territory, which is a scary place to be. There it is. There's the first shell jump miss. Dang it, Hudson. You would. Ooh, that'd be exciting, Germ. I don't know when exactly I'm going to throw 1.7 out there. I'll have some time to work on it tomorrow. And I'd like to get beta testers in to try out the duplicator and stuff. Because it had shell jumps, you see. To make sure that they're working as I think they are. Because I'm sure there's going to be some weird combination that somebody's going to think of that I never in a million years would have wanted to have happen. Ooh, that was weird. That's true. Pixel's got to try out the track stuff. Honestly, I think the track pin is going to be a pretty useful thing for everybody. It's not 100% accurate. It tries its best. But it turns out that it's kind of complex to figure out where you want tracks to be placed and in what direction, based just on the tiles you select, especially when you make a big clump of tiles. But I was able to use a lot of stuff that I had coded in like months ago that I was like, you know what? Someday I might want to have different types of fill styles when you're drawing with a pen. Like, it's like right now, it's like, okay, when you select ground and you select rectangle fill brush, it's like, okay, yes, it's gonna fill all the selected tiles with ground. But what if someday I wanna do some special kind of fill, like fill with a collection of ground and decorative, or something like that. Gracie, do you need to go out? Is that what's going on? Gracie might want to go out. I'm gonna check. No, and I'm wondering if maybe we need to have a different variety of barrel. Basically like a pre-thrown barrel. So that becomes possible. Okay. I am going to be right back. I need to let Gracie out. So enjoy clips until then. You never see snails coming. They're too sneaky. They're too sneaky. Whoops. Snake is sticking in my arm. I'm afraid of it. No, it's not venomous and well behaved. I went to a place. I did some. I spent a few months abroad in Southeast Asia. And there was a place there called the Snake Temple that I went to visit. Oh! Oh! We got it. It's done forever. Alright, Hudson is now banned and can no longer... Yeah... Lag is such an issue with versus mode. Jump through here, jump over. There we go. Line it up, line it up. All right, we're back. You know, I never played Splatoon. Exactly. Hey! Don't jinx it. Nobody jinx it. Yes! Oh, wow. Super spicy. All right, let him go down. Might be a little bit too low. All right, that's looks good. I'm just gonna keep going right. There it is. Come on, give me that, give me that. I need that call. Oh, jeez. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh. That's it. That's it. 32 heat. Oh. Oh.
What is this? What is this? It's nothing out of the ordinary.
What's going on? Everything okay?
Everything's normal.
Oh, okay. Reapable barrels. Hmm. First spike ball keeps having too much height. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. I don't know what it is. I think it has to do with, like... I have no idea. Never mind. I was about to make a hypothesis. Okay, shell jump time. And we're long. We're dead. We're dead. Kick speed, something like that. Ooh. It's like we just need to land that double once, and then it didn't look like there was any kind of nigh or anything. That was dangerous. I grabbed that instead of just bonking it. Shell jump time. You want to have some momentum, but you don't want to be facing the wrong way. Ow! Got him. Jeez, man. Coming out the gate swinging. Shell jumps. Ah. The man cannot be stopped like that. Absolutely incredible. The wit. The bants. Whoops. I'll see myself out. I think that's the most fun part about it, Al. The dumber the joke and the higher the praise, the better. Oh, too fast there. Almost made it to the shell jumps. I do like how the level switches very naturally from a spin jump level to not a spin jump level, back to a spin jump level, then to a Yoshi. Oh, I wasn't touching the ball all the way. I think I was like a frame away when it blew up. So no shell jump section for me. I had too much float on the way towards that spike ball, so I was late to getting onto it the first time. Very awkward. It's happened before. Exact same thing. Has to do a bit with how I land on the Yoshi, timing-wise, compared with the thwomp hit. Again, I'm not getting there fast enough. I need to really be ready to just slam myself into that wall. But we're getting there. I think we're fairly close to getting a clear here. I just got to land that double at the end. Everything else we've proven is very doable. Even the double, I almost got it twice in a row during practice. Welcome back, Short. I shouldn't be reading chat right now. And yet, here we are. Yeah, there we go. Really slam myself up against that wall. All right, here we go. Oh, see, that's what I'm worried about. Is you gotta... Do not read this. How many levels cleared? We beat that new soup speed run, and I think that's basically been it. No, we cleared Mammoth Cave. That was the SMW that had 12 shell jumps. Then the speed run. And then I guess this is hopefully our third clear of the night, if we can actually get the clear. All right, surf. No. 12. Oops. I tripped. Oh, something I don't think I mentioned earlier related to 1.7 update that we're getting as a result of my track rewrite. We are getting track bridges for whatever use that might be. Like, that feels like it's going to be kind of niche, but, you know. Is there a maker team group for puzzles? You know what? I think I was looking the other day to see if I could find one, because I feel like that question came up recently. I want to so makerteams.net is like the list of all the major maker teams that are out there that have level lists and everything. So that's where to go to look to see what teams are available. Some of them don't make sense. Some of them require a lot of extra explanation. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get this shell. Oh, I'm always a little too far to the right there. Hey, nice, Hudson. All right, final time. 41 minutes, I'm guessing. Oh, this level. Duh. The new soup level you cleared ages ago. Somehow I almost landed that double twice in a row, and I don't know how I got so lucky when I was doing the practice for it. Oh, that was dumb. All right, well let's practice this part at least. Okay, so I go bop, and then bop, bop. Oh, that would be heartbreaking. I'm supposed to throw that shell like pretty early. Oh, definitely. Oh, shell speed. It probably is just the shell speed on that kick, or the kick speed on that shell that's causing the landing timing to be offset. Okay, I gotta zip over there for that spiny shellmet. One, two, three. Gotta be careful on the regrab there, because too much airtime will really mess with my Yoshi landing timing. Oh! Better. PB. Why is the soundtrack so good? I know, right? It's so good. It's like, yeah, play it, man. Holy cow. Ripping up that fiddle. And the clarinet part from earlier, one of my favorites. Do 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 do. It's SimCity 3000. And it was from a long time ago, Hudson. It was from before you were born. Favorite SimCity? Ooh. I mean, I am a bit partial to SimCity 3000 because that was like that was the one I played a lot as a kid. Hence why we're listening to the soundtrack. There's that clarinet. Dang it. Yes, I did. 3000. Right? I mean, there was also 2000, I think. But I didn't play that one. I didn't, like, have all the SimCities or anything. Newfangled. I should do Hat of Time Hat in Time sometimes. Sometime. At some point, I should play a Hat in Time. It's like 3D platforms. That's a genre that I'm fond of. Perhaps a bit through nostalgia glasses, but still. Also, Psychonauts 2. I need to get around to that. When it goes on really good sale. Like, I want to see it for $10. Then I'll consider going ahead and getting it. I really enjoyed Psychonauts the first. Yeah, I saw that happening. Weird that you can just sit on that vine for a while. In a level that otherwise does not really allow you any rest time. Ooh. It's really just like 2 shell jumps, a surf, and then that finale. That's basically the entire level right there. Whoops. Best 3D platformer ever. I was quite partial to Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. It's still fairly new, I think, Hudson. So, I mean, I'd give it a bit. Tunic was one of those games, it's like, a lot of times, around through college, I like watched a lot of videos about like ARG kind of stuff, and like, wow, this is so cool. It's like, gosh, I wish I could do something like that one day, but gosh, you have to be like really smart to do that kind of stuff. And Tunic was the first time I felt like I got to do one of those things. And it's like, I felt like I was the smart person figuring things out. Granted, we had a whole team of experts working alongside us. Like Germ and Al and theremin. But it just made me it really gave me that feel of like, I am solving something that is really hard to solve here. I should be proud of myself for this. I felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. Never played Banjo-Kazooie? It probably doesn't hold up as well as I think it does. It's like if you listen to music from one of those big influential bands from like the 60s or 70s, and then you start listening to it and you're like, this stuff is like, everybody does this stuff. This is just like common music stuff. And then you have to realize like it's common because this band did it so well first. That's how I feel like the experience of playing something like Banjo-Kazooie would be. Let me watch that. Yeah, I was just barely to the right. So it's like Banjo-Kazooie did a lot of things so well that I feel like modern 3D platformers are getting wrong still, which is because they're going for such amazing like scale and stuff. Banjo-Kazooie, one of the best things it does with its level design is that it feels like every level has some central central component that you can use to kind of figure out where you are. Like, no matter where you are in the level, you can very quickly look around and see, oh, there's the big thing in the middle of the level. Okay, now I know where I am. And they do, like, there's the giant snowman that covers half of the stage. There's the big haunted mansion in the middle. And they do that for just about every stage. That you've just got this compass, dead center, that makes it so easy to find your way around. I feel like a lot of 3D platforms today are not doing that because they want to make their levels so big that you can't just have a single, like, big room with some small little rooms off to the side. They want to make all these massive interconnected maze-like systems with all these cool set pieces, and that's fine and all, but that was one of the reasons that Banjo-Kazooie levels worked so well. Was they were small enough that you couldn't get lost, really. And that was a good thing. It was a good thing to not be getting lost. I mean, I think it's okay that modern 3D platforms want to make the levels a little bit bigger. Like that, I definitely get it. But like, there's definitely a problem once your level gets too big. It's too bad they never made Galaxy 2. Yeah, Galaxy 1 as a 3D platformer didn't have that problem because the levels were tiny and linear. Well, I guess it was a series of tiny levels. And so you couldn't get lost because there just wasn't room to get lost. Not because of some amazing intuitive level design. It was just they made sure that every level was like just this tiny planet. I cannot land shell jumps. Three, Yoshi, Min, Max. Oh. I just need to wait longer, I think. Like, I'm trying to do that toss upward about where the indicator is, which is about where he does it in the clear video. But it just does not work. Uh-oh. Okay. I think we're okay? Nope. Screwed it up. I'm allergied up, guys. Sorry about the constant coughs tonight. Allergy. Yeah, 2 is really good. I did enjoy that a lot. I only played through it like one time ever. So I don't think I have it. Okay. Ah. You would never know. I mean, do you have any teacup? Between SM... I mean, they're different. In some ways, I feel like really comfortable with Super Mario Maker 2, probably because that's what I've got like the most time in. They both have different amounts of control in different places. Oh, controller. I never even played SMM1. I mean, maybe like an hour from a friend, but never actually played it. Yeah, they're all a lot different. I don't know if has Mario ever had the same physics from one game to another. Was not sure about that Yoshi section. You know what? You got me there, Germ Dove. But not lost levels. Alright, just gotta pay attention for these shell jumps. Focus really hard on not screwing up shell jumps. I screwed up the shell jump. Incredible. Incredible. No, it was more similar to SMB1. It basically looked like a ROM hack of SMB1 with more difficult levels. I'm screwing this up now. Oh, yeah. In that case, yes. There were a few new course elements, like the wind and stuff. Maybe some other items that I don't know about. Oh, shell jumps. I know how to do shell jumps, I promise. I just suck at them. You did play it. Only video game you've actually... I just slipped off the vine there. Only Mario game you've actually beaten. Interesting. Like, not even just vanilla SMW. That's very surprising. Yeah, I was way off there. Huh. Who knew? Worried there was going to be a bomb collision there. That is so awful. You just have to cut your speed so much there at the end. That note block move, I do not like it. Like, not just in this level, just in general. Sometimes it's fine, I guess, but like typically I have a lot of problems getting the right velocity to make sure I'm hitting from the correct side. Okay. Man, Virtual Console. One level of Super Mario World. Please enjoy. I mean, that's fair. A lot of different NES games I had never played before Animal Crossing. No, I get that maps, but like you've done ROM hacking. So I just assumed that you know, if you're gonna do ROM hacking, you probably play the original, like without editing it first. Like, even if you don't play it as a kid, you got it on the PC or your legally obtained emulation software. SNES dev kit. Game Boy. Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance ported a lot of old Mario games over. What am I doing? Ages ago, then. We'll just say that. Oh, I'm getting indentations on my fingertips here from holding the jump button and the run button. Wow. How about that, Tupu? In the early days of Dabble Worlds. Took you so long? Man. We're gonna see if we can get it. It's like it's just the shell jump stuff at this point that's really giving me much problems. Everything else I'll occasionally screw up. Like forgetting to get the right speed for that surf. But it's almost entirely this shell jump stuff. I remember to stop my momentum, but I did not remember that I was going to delay that that throw. I like that Yoshi stuff is practically free. Now the Nye. Here we go. Got it. In. Ladies and gentlemen. In. He's probably just off screen. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Ooh. Steep reload. 10 left. It's just one page of levels. That's it. Oh. Thank you for the GGs. No joke. Yes, now everyone can go to bed. Finally. This is it. This is all that's left, guys. This is the entirety of it. One of them does not have a clear video. I don't know about what's going on there. Ooh. Exciting. One last thing to show off. Just real quick. Because I'm excited about it, and I bet you guys will be too. You ready for this? You ready? You ready? Whoops, hang on. Boom. It's a whole new ball game. Just like that. Just like that. Here we go. All right, guys, it is Wednesday. Next stream will be on Friday. I don't know if we'll do, maybe we'll do some game dev stuff. I don't know what in the world. I haven't been looking at tutorial stuff lately because I've been kind of busy with, well, Dabble Worlds and also with work. But just 10 levels left. Of course, the later ones are going to be like multiple streams for a single clear, so we got that to look forward to. All right, who is on? Is anybody on that we know? Oh, GQ. Ah. Quick, after him. Twitch Prime, you say? All right. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of the week. I will see you guys over at GQ Stream. Thank you for hanging out. Goodbye.